Well, here we are in Tassie, another vlog from Tassie on the Pencil Pine Forest Walk. Just about to enter in on the boardwalk down here. I know there's a couple of waterfalls, there's some macro opportunities down there, so we'll just see what we can find. We'll go and hunt down something to photograph. Just found a really cool spot with some icicles. Not sure how I'm going to photograph them because they're really hard to get to, but some of them are really long. I reckon they're about 3 feet long, those ones there. But these ones here are just a few inches. So I'm going to try and photograph them. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but I'll get the camera out and I'll have a go. Bit of gardening. Sometimes you've got to remove things out of your way to get the shot. Really tough to shoot, unfortunately. I do love how on this screen you can zoom in using your fingers. On this lens, for some reason, the autofocus is not working. It was a bit of a surprise to me, to be honest with you, because I haven't used it for a while. It just worked then. It's like it's playing up. Doesn't want to work. So definitely just going to have to go full manual focus. Definitely not going to autofocus. So we'll just go full manual mode. I'm going to lean on this to try and make myself a little bit more stable. I'm going to go with the backwards hat. So if I time it right, there's a bit of water dripping off the bottom of one. And it's actually pretty amazing, but it's super hard to get in focus. I'll try again. Just not getting sharp shots. God, it's hard to shoot handheld. Wonder if I could set my tripod up somehow. Some others up here that are a bit lighter, I might try them. I don't know how I'm going to do it because I can't get up high enough. I'm waiting, they get a little droplet of water on the bottom of them. I'm just waiting for that to happen. Yeah, so just getting the droplet of water on there. So it's quite hard to shoot them though, these. And this lens, that's disappointing me. I'll see if I can work that out. Well, been up there doing my best to photograph these icicles, and the boss made a suggestion to take the lens off and put it back on. It actually fixed the auto focus. Must have just had something going on, and the autofocus was really handy. Put it onto continuous focus because I'm hand holding it. I'm at ISO 3200 for the last set of shots because getting stuff sharp handheld, it's actually pretty dim in here, especially up where I was, up where the icicles were. Anyway, let's go to the waterfall and see if we can get some long exposure shots of the waterfall. Nice, silky smooth, get that happening. Let's go. So down here at King Billy Falls, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a go at shooting these falls with the 10 stopper on. Right now, there's a bit of cloud, there's a few breaks in the cloud. If the sun does get harsh, it's impossible to shoot a waterfall. So I'm going to do my best whilst we've got that nice natural filter of clouds above us, and hopefully we'll get a good shot. So I'll set up and then I'll talk you through my settings and how I'm managing to slow down the shutter speed and get that real silky smooth waterfall effect. Got a composition I like, but now the sun's come out, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens for a couple of minutes before I decide whether or not I'll take a shot. I'll set up with my big stopper anyway. I'll get the filters out, but I'll put the filters on and we'll see what happens. The sun sort of dipped down a little bit, there's still a bit there. I've got the big stopper on, I'm at f7.1. 25 seconds exposure. I'll use my remote shutter. I've already focused using autofocus and switching the autofocus off. So I'm just going to leave it now. I'm just going to hope no one comes down because the whole platform bounces around a bit when people walk down here. All the white bubbles in the water will become streaky with a long exposure. It'll look really good, but I can see the sun's come back out, so I'm expecting to see some flashing highlights in this shot. So yeah, slightly overexposed in the sky. I'll put a grad on just to settle down the sky. So I'll put a 6 grad soft on there, and I don't need a lot of it in my shot, just enough just to cover the top of the lens up. Let's push it out to 30 seconds now, so we'll try that. And the sun has dipped again as well. I'm in aperture priority, so I'm not even shooting in manual. I'm letting the camera decide the best shutter speed, considering the light's changing. makes it the easiest. And then I just adjust the aperture until I get my exposure to either 30 seconds or 25 seconds. I don't want any faster than that because I don't need it. Sorry, any longer than that. Or any faster than that for that point. But that'll be a good exposure times. King Billy Falls. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. That was a good shot. I might have to put the graduated filter, the 0.9 on, because I think the 0.6 not quite strong enough for the sky. There, it is quite bright, that cloud. It's picking up all the sun and the sun's hitting it, so see what happens, but otherwise it's going well. Loving this Nikon D850, just a little bit easier to use than the D810. They've thought it through a little bit more, which you'd expect. Beautiful shot. Once again, I do need to make a change with this. So I'm going to find the 0.9 grad in there, settle down that sky. And I don't mind if it creates a bit of a vignette at the top, doesn't bother me. Wow. Now we're nailing it, boss. Well, I think I've got a pretty good shot here, and the sun's coming back out again now, so I think it's time just to call it quits here. I'll pack up, we'll go and find, there's another fall somewhere I haven't been to before down there, about 10 minutes. Alright, so I found a little bit of fungi just growing off the side of the tree. There's not a huge amount of fungi in here that's shootable at the moment, and when I was here about a month ago there was a lot more opportunity to shoot, but I found something that's interesting and I'm just going to clean it up a little bit, try and shoot it from underneath, and I think it'll make a nice macro shot. So this will be my first fungi shot with the Nikon D850, which is pretty cool. I'm expecting a huge amount of detail, so I'm going to try and get the fins underneath, or the gills I think they call them. The way the light's hitting them, I think that'll work really nice. So I'll get myself set up and then I'll talk you through how I'm shooting this shot. All right, so I've got myself all set up here, nice composition. Just doing my best now to work out the best settings to shoot these right now. Macro is always tricky because depth of field's a real challenge. So I'm at ISO 64, f36, and I'm just trying to expose these correctly because unfortunately I'm finding that they're blowing out because the sun's quite bright on the top of them, and they're white, these little buggers. So just got to get my focus right, and it is really tricky to focus on the edge of these. So I'm going to move out of the way because the ground is bumping everything here. So I'm actually going to go and stand over here, and this is the benefit of a wireless remote. So I'm just going to click off a shot. So I'm going to go into manual mode and I'm going to just adjust it myself to the setting that I want. I'm going to stay in f36, but I'm going to go to 13 seconds. And f36, I'm getting a good depth of field. So, macro lenses are really good for getting close to things, and they've always got that higher aperture to help us get rid of that shallow depth of field, which is the amount of area that's in focus. A little bit of flashing highlights, so I'm going to go down to 10 seconds. Sometimes just about playing around to get the right settings. So let's have a look. No flashing highlights. Beautiful focus, really nice detail, they look good. Just thinking about if I need to clean anything up. There is something there that I'm going to remove. So I always do this if I can do it on site rather than in Photoshop, because we've got to do a better job. There's just a little leaf in there that needs to go. This is it, this is the shot. I'm going to move out of the way, hit the remote shutter, let it do its thing, and that'll be primo. What I am going to do now I've got that set is I'm going to try just a couple of different apertures, just getting that shallower depth of field. So sometimes it can be quite a nice effect to have the rear one out of focus, and that's looking quite nice. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing that. F20 looked good, so I'm going to go to 3 seconds, just to up the exposure a little bit. And you'll see, I'll show you the two different ones so you can sort of get a feel for how it affects the shot. Yeah, that's quite nice. Nice and in focus. There is one thing bothering me though. What is that? Ah, there is a little black something that's now just got on top of one of them. And I'm going to try and move him out of the way gently. And one of the tricks that I learned is you grab one of these little fellas. It's like a little cleaning brush. And then you can just sort of, there he is, he's gone. I don't know where he came from. It's like a little bug. So we'll do another shot. Ooh, slightly blown out now because the sun came out. 2.5 seconds, we'll try that now just to see if I can, that sun is just getting, it's nice light, so I just want to manage it. And it's always good whilst you're here, just take as many as you need because it doesn't cost anything except for battery power and a bit of memory. All right, well, there's been a fair bit jam-packed in this video. Thanks for joining us today. We've got waterfalls and fungi and rainforest. It's been a lot of fun. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next video. Until next time, get out there and take some photos.